And right now, Connor Weber joins us once again. We check in with Connor once a month right here on the Carrington Cardinals Community Chatter program on yourliveevent.com. And Connor is a principal here in Carrington. So thanks, Connor, for checking in, giving us a principal's report. And happy first day of spring. And boy, school, just what, couple months left. And wow, another year will be done.
Yeah. We Monday we officially started our last 9 weeks and our quarter four, and it's going by really fast. And like you said, first day of spring, when I guess I wasn't paying too much attention to it, but you flip on the news this morning and the weather's talking about it, and you look outside, it's supposed to be right around that 50-degree marker today. It's supposed to be a beautiful day, and with no school here today for us, it's a great opportunity to kind of enjoy some of that weather. See if we can stay out of the wind a little bit, and it's just going by so fast. I'm pretty sure that's the same comment I say every time we talk, is how fast it's going. But once the weather starts turning to nice, it really, really goes. It gets super busy and it goes super fast. So.
Yep, yeah, that's for sure. So let's see. Want to talk about some activities, events, academic pursuit team. What's all happening there?
Yeah, our academic pursuit team went up to Grafton, competed in the region competition. They had a really good first round, won the first round. Unfortunately, came up just short in qualifying for the state competition. Ended up in second place. But a big shout out to Mrs. Hewitt and the kids that participated in that academic pursuit team. They did a really good job. I believe the number was there was 22 teams competing there. So they really. They had a long trip up to Grafton, competed really well, but just came up just a little bit short. So a great job by them up there in Grafton. So they ended up, competing in three different academic pursuit competitions throughout the year, in the top three for all of them. So they had a really good year in that sense. And plus, it's just really nice to see students going out and having an opportunity to show their knowledge and compete. And when people hear compete, you always think of athletics or something like that. And having those academic competitions and different things. We have some students that are going to be going to Valley City for math competition coming up here in April. Different things like that. It's always a great opportunity for kids to go out and show what they know, show what they're learning, and represent Carrington. It's really a great thing.
All right, awesome. And then the band it was in action too at a festival, band festival.
Yeah, let's see. It would have been the Wednesday, March 5th, I believe it was. They went to the Raging Red Band Festival in Fargo. They ended up as the Gold Star Band and received the highest honors that our band has ever received in that competition.
Oh,
So Mrs. Hovey and the band students did a great job there. They really, we had their concert a couple weeks back. They did their Pops concert. Bunch of country songs was the theme for this year, and they just sound so good. And I'm always impressed by them. I don't know, I have no musical ability, so when I hear these kids go and play these songs, and they did a rendition of "The Devil Went Down to Georgia" at the concert, and it was just, I mean, we played it. One of our students played it on the xylophone, and man, it was really cool. And yeah, they went to that Raging Red competition and did a great job there. And we also hosted the region large group competition in Carrington as well. So really a busy time. Like you and I have talked about the busyness of the spring and everything like that. It's just these kids are in so many different activities, organizations, and to have the highest rated band that we've ever had at that Raging Red is really a great accomplishment for them and for Mrs. Hovey.
and that large group music that was here in Carrington too, right?
Yes, yeah,
Okay.
that was on the 12th of March. We had four schools in for that, band and choir. So a busy day throughout the school with a lot of kids in, but it was a good day. And I think that I think it's just really fun to see that those kind of competitions come into your school and come into your community. So.
The girls basketball team made it to state, so that was really good to see. They didn't had a great season this year. Excuse me.
Yeah, the girls really, really had a great year. If I'm remembering correctly, I think they were picked fifth in the region to begin the season. Um, and they really were just consistent throughout the whole year, playing together. Truly, one thing from my 30,000-foot view of watching it from the stands or up against the wall in the gym, they play together as a team. They play such good defense, played really hard, played for each other. And, they got to that state tournament. They took the eventual state champions all the way to the wire, and then came back, bounced back, which is an extremely tough thing to do, and won two more games for that consolation championship. And just a really good showing for our girls. And Coach Broughton, Coach Nelson, Coach Johnson, they do such a good job with them. And like I said, it's just fun to watch them play and play together. And then we had our boys competing in the region tournament up in Grand Forks. Got to play at the Betty, which, personally for me has always been a great venue for basketball. And it's a little bit far from here in Carrington, but the boys went and competed against Four Winds. They led at the end of every quarter except for the last one. They played really hard. They played great defense. They just kept battling and battling and battling and came up just short at the end. And unfortunately, when you get to that region tournament, you lose the first one, you're done. But they really had a great year. I want to give a great congratulations to our coaches there as well and the kids. Coach Otto, Coach Pickett, Coach Huey did a great job this year. Had a successful season. The seniors, Grady Island, Josh Pickett. Josh Pickett got his 1,000th point. They did a great job of leading that program and playing hard. And it's just fun, right? Like I know I keep saying it and I keep going back to it, but it's just fun for me to be able to. My spot's always up against the wall, but stand on the wall and watch those kids go out there and play hard. And from my perspective, all the things they have going on throughout the day, and then they go out and compete, and work hard. And it's just really fun to watch those things happen. So congratulations to the boys and the girls on great seasons.
And then the athletic awards banquet, was that just recently too?
Yeah, we just had our athletic awards banquet on Tuesday night. That athletic awards banquet covers every activity that we have. Football, volleyball, dance, everything, all the way up through our spring sports from last year get honored. Give out the team voted awards, everything like that. It's just really a great night to come together and celebrate the achievements of the kids through those extracurricular activities. It's just I sit next to Mrs. Helm, a superintendent during those events, and I leaned over at one point and I was like, man, I just can't believe all the things that these guys do, and how busy they are and go through and how successful they really are with everything. So it really is a great night to celebrate those successes. A couple special awards that were given out. Josh Pickett was voted as the male athlete of the year, and Isabel Wendell was voted as the female athlete of the year. I also want to give a shout out to Don and Peggy Bickett. They were voted as the C Club honorary C Club member award winners, which is voted on as those members of the community that stand out. Long time Cardinal fans there to support all the time, and I could tell you that Don was shocked. I've known Don since I moved to Carrington and everything, and he was looking around like what. So it was great to see that honor. It was great to see everyone being celebrated, and it's a fun night. And obviously the bars that they serve are really good too. So great job to Carla Michelson for organizing all of that. She does an outstanding job with all our activities and our athletics, keeping everything in order. And I just think that it was just a really good night to be a Cardinal fan and really fun.
Parent teacher conferences just were happening early this week on Monday and Tuesday, right?
Yeah, we had our spring parent teacher conferences on Monday and Tuesday night. We traditionally have those at the end of the first quarter, end of the third quarter. One in the fall, one in the spring. Gives parents the opportunity to come into the school and check up, and it's really I enjoy that night. I enjoy walking around the school that night or those two nights, getting to see different people and hopefully answering some questions or talking and just having conversation. So it was a really good 2 nights for us. Yeah, it's already done. I just can't believe it.
And let's see, we're going to be heading off to state archery in Minot as Carrington has quite a few archers heading up there, and it's a pretty big event up there, and that's I think Friday and Saturday. So I'll be looking forward to that too. So
Yeah, state archery up in Minot. During the awards banquet, they read off all the archers' names, and I'm misplacing the number in my head. I want to say it was in the 60s. Archers 5 through 12 that we have, and great competition for the kids. They put a lot of time in, a lot of early mornings for those archers. They practice early in the morning, and do a really good job. We have a lot of really good competitors this year, multiple students that have shot perfect rounds. So good luck to them out in Minot, and looking forward to hear how they do.
Okay, good deal. Well, thanks, Connor. We appreciate the update. Anything else I want to talk about while we got you on here?
Well, I do want to give a special shout out to our FFA. They hosted the winter CDEs here in Carrington last weekend. Outstanding job by Mrs. Hanson, Mr. Becker, all the FFA volunteers that come out to help with that. It's such a cool experience for those kids, and getting to see not only just the kids, but the community members that just see how many kids are really in town. At one point, I heard there was going to be over 700 students participating in that. So huge competition, a lot of time, a lot of organization with figuring out what rooms to use, how to use the bus barns for the livestock, and all this stuff. So they did a great job with that. And then they had a fundraiser that night as well, a Dueling Pianos fundraiser. So really a busy time for our advisors there, but they did an outstanding job, as they always do. They're just so good. I feel like we're very fortunate to have such great advisors that are on top of everything and do everything so well. And that's for all our organizations. They help those kids. And like I've said a bunch of times, they're in so many things, and those advisors stay on top of it. And, we have state FBLA coming up as well. And the SOS group's been up to a bunch of stuff. We just brought in, we had a speaker on mental health that was brought in with SOS and public health here in town. Always something going on, and these advisors do such a great job of staying on top of it all. So.
All right, awesome. Thanks so much, Connor. We appreciate it. Thank you for the update once a month here on the Chatter program to let us all know what's happening with Carrington School and everything. So we appreciate that. And thanks for joining us here. I know no school today and tomorrow. So because I think we got the state tournaments going on too, B&A going on. So
Yeah, when we set our school calendar, we kind of look at different times throughout the year that it works to have a nice break, and trying to get those days off in March, where you can have a nice 4-day weekend like this, and hopefully get out and do something. Hopefully the weather's turning, and you can have some time to, enjoy time outside with your family and take a little break, because after these 2 days, it's a long stretch run to the end. We have Easter a little bit later in April this year, so there'll be a break there. But other than that, it's pretty much full go all the way to the end. And, our teachers and our staff and our students do such a great job throughout the whole year that these days off, I hope they really take advantage of them and rest up and get ready to go again. So.
all right, awesome. Well, thanks again, Connor, and enjoy the rest of your day and weekend here, and then we'll check in again next month. So
Sounds good. Thanks, Greg. I appreciate it.
yep, you bet. We'll see you.
Discover the charm of Carrington, where community and character come together. Our vibrant community is full of welcoming smiles and unique experiences, from delicious dining and one-of-a-kind shops to lively events and beautiful parks. Join us in celebrating the best of Carrington, where every visit feels like coming home. Come visit the Carrington Chamber and CVB office to learn more about our wonderful town and its amazing businesses. Explore Carrington today and experience the warmth of our community. Hey sports fans, tune in to yourliveevent.com for all the action-packed Carrington Cardinal games, streaming live and free. Catch every thrilling moment with our live coverage. Listen to the play-by-play and watch the games unfold right on your screen. Plus, if you missed any of the excitement, don't worry. You can catch up on all previous games at yourliveevent.com. Check out the full schedule and never miss a moment of your favorite local Carrington games. Stay tuned and let's go Cardinals!
Right now, the executive director for the Carrington Chamber joins us once again, Laurie Dietz. Thanks, Laurie, for joining us here. And we check in with the Chamber once a week on the Chatter program on yourliveevent.com. So we always appreciate it, Laurie. Thanks for joining us. And, I guess first official day of spring, correct? Today? So
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. Happy
Mhm.
first day of spring. And I think it's going to be a pretty nice day in the 50s, right?
yeah, yeah, it should be a nice day and hopefully a nice weekend and keep that nice weather going, right?
Right. We are looking forward to some great days, and hopefully we can stave off a blizzard in April or whatever. So always kind of depressing to go backwards, but then again, we need moisture. So I always tell people it'd be better to get rain because you don't have to shovel rain.
Hmm. Yep, that's right.
And that would be welcome, I think. So, oh yeah, what do we have going on? Well, over at the youth center on Saturday, March 22nd, is the Princess Dance, and that is from 6 to 8 p.m. They're having a photo booth and lots of fun, refreshments and whatnot. So it's $20 per father figure. So, dad, uncle, grandpa, whatever. That's happening on Saturday. And then Tuesday, oh, actually, also on Saturday is the Cows and Co. Creamery Cafe is open from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. So you go out and enjoy some lunch or just pick up some products. Um, the cafe is open, and then the dairy tour is at 10:30 a.m. And the dairy is located at 170 70th Avenue Northeast. So a lot of people would like to take part in that and head out to check out the cows and enjoy things, and of course the wonderful food, delicious food and fun things they have at the creamery. Oh, and then we've got Tuesday, March 25th, we got the annual meeting of the Carrington Chamber and Economic Development, also the CVB, Convention and Visitors Bureau. That annual meeting is out at Crossroads Golf, and it's the social at 5 and a meal at 6, and with reports and awards to follow. So we'll be out at Crossroads on Tuesday night. And then just a quick, if you want to mark your calendar, I hope everyone's celebrating Easter here in Carrington, because Easter egg hunt on April 19th, the day before Easter. It's at the school. That's at 2 p.m. I think the doors open at 1:45, and it's ages 3 to 12. So that Easter egg hunt is coming up. And then we want to remind everybody that the citywide yard sales are a little later this year. May 31st is the date, and we already have some signups. So people are excited for the citywide yard sales. We're hoping for a warmer weather day in May. That's why we moved it to the last day of May. So sometimes when we're in the mid-May, it's actually quite cold out, and especially in the morning. So those sales run from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. And if you want to sign up, just give us a call or stop by. It's $5 to list your sale site. And then, of course, we'll have the maps and listings available for the yard sales on May 30th. So that's what I got this week. And give us a call or stop by. Our number is 652-2524, or you can shoot an email to chambergal@dactel.com and find out more about upcoming events or things that are going on. A lot of things planned for this summer. We're going to have a busy summer in the Central City.
Yeah, I think I've seen there's a all-school reunion coming up this summer too, right?
Yep, there's all-school reunion, and there's a baseball tournament, and I can't remember what age, but I think it's a younger group of state baseball tournament, and then of course we'll have the 4th of July parade, and yeah, lots of stuff. The NDSU Research Extension Center's Field Day will be in July, and June is no slack in time either. We'll have the Foster County Fair. They've been already on Facebook sharing some of their entertainment and things that they're going to have during the fair. I think that's the 18th to the 21st of June, and we'll have our golf day in June. So yeah, days keep rolling on. It's a busy place here in town.
Yep, that's right. All right. Well, good deal. Thanks, Laurie. We appreciate it. And enjoy the rest of your day and weekend here. And we got sports going on. We got state archery coming up tomorrow and state tournaments, A and B going on. So we'll be heading up to
Right.
Minot for the archery tournament. And Emmy is up there and a lot of Carrington archers. And I think it's, I've never been up there for the state archery tournament. So it'll be kind of interesting to see that. And it's going to be probably pretty packed with a lot of lot of shooters up there. So
That is really a growing sport, isn't
yeah,
it?
yep.
Especially, I don't know about larger towns. I don't follow sports in the big towns, but among the Class B schools, I think that is really taken off for kids. And there's a lot of really good archers.
Hmm.
It's just fun to see how they're doing. And so is Emmy excited? I bet she's going to have a good time.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. She's excited, and yeah, I think there's a lot of Carrington archers going up there. So yeah, it'll be a good time there in Minot. So
Awesome. Well, you have a good time and let us know how she does. Good luck to
okay,
Emmy
yeah,
and
sounds
all the
good.
archers.
Right, yeah. Yep. All right. Well, thanks again, Laurie, and then we'll check in again next week. So
Sounds good.
yep, you bet. We'll see you. Right now, Michele Seil joins us, and Michele is the Carrington City Library Director, and we check in with Michele once a month here in the Chatter program, right here on yourliveevent.com, and she gives us an update on all what's happening with the Carrington Library. Lots of stuff always happening. So thanks, Michele, for checking in. And I guess first up, want to talk about the Libby app. It's a great way to get books and read them anywhere, and you don't necessarily have to be at the library, correct?
Sorry about my squeaky voice today, but yeah, and of course, we're becoming a very technological, world. And lots of people still love to have a print book in hand, and that is just absolutely wonderful. And we have all of those. But we have lots of people, especially like this time of year, taking family vacations and things like that. They download a book and listen to it in the car with the whole family listening to the same story, and that's a great way. Everybody's reading, by listening to the story. So there are lots of different ways. People use the audiobooks and they're doing housework or, out on a run or whatever. There are lots of different times that people use it in the audiobooks. So the Libby app is our connection to audiobooks and ebooks, and sometimes I'm at home and I run out of books to read. So I'll pull up one, even though I like the print, I'll pull up one and, read it on the Libby app. Excuse me. So we have lots of access to thousands and thousands of books that way. So it is a free access with your membership here at the library. So we can help you get set up with that. Show you how, some of the tips and tricks on how to use it. It's a really great resource. And so if anybody wants help, they should sure stop in the library and we'll help them with that.
Okay, awesome. And then right next to the library there in the same building, the community room, and that's available for whatever you need, right? Birthday parties, all sorts of stuff, right? Yeah,
we do use it quite a bit. We have some of our community organizations meet there on a regular basis. Coming up is the garden forums through NDSU, and they're using those meetings will be at the community room. So organizations like that will have events sometimes. They're community service kind of thing. But then we can rent out the room for things like you mentioned, like a birthday party or a shower or something like that. I know it's already rented for the citywide rummage sales. We just do lots of opportunities there, and just letting people know that it's here. It's not a really expensive rental. And so it works out really well, and it provides another community service for the patrons of our library.
Okay, good deal. And then you got that new 3D printer up and running, right?
It's running as best as I can get it. Sometimes with a little problem with, some of the filament breaking and things like that. So we're trying to work through all those things. But it's a new printer that has 5 different colors that it can print at one time, which is really a cool process. So if anybody comes in and they're curious about it, we could show them some examples and things like that. If people want to design their own things, they can do that. A lot of the kids come in and want to print things, and I just printed one and it's a dog. So somebody's like, I want a dog. Well, here are some that somebody else has designed already. Just pick one and we'll print it. So, that comes out as an opportunity. So we have lots of things like that that are available. And if you want to learn a little bit about 3D printing, we're more than happy to just to share it with you. It's here as a service to our community.
Okay, good deal. Thanks so much, Michele. We appreciate it.
Good.
Anything else this morning at all while we got you on here?
Oh, just you're welcome to stop in anytime. Check out books. Come in and enjoy the children's space. Lots of kids come in and play. Come for story time. We're still doing that Wednesday and Thursday mornings. We still have our after school programs. We have once a month, we have a couple of reading clubs that meet for the adults. So anybody is welcome to participate. So we just really invite everybody to see the things we have here at the library.
Okay, sounds good. Well, thanks so much. And thanks for joining us here. We'll check in again next month. It'll be April, and hopefully we got April showers will bring May flowers, right? Is that the old saying, I think?
That's what it is. And they also say for March, in like a lion, out like a lamb. Well, we came in like a lamb. I don't know what that means for us, but it's as 4:01 this morning, spring arrived.
That's true.
So it's, now it's spring. Oh,
All right. Well, officially spring. Well, that's good news. So.
yes, it is. means we'll get some snow.
All right. Yeah. Snow's in the fort. Yeah. No kidding. Yeah. Oh, man. All right. Well, thanks again, Michele. Hope your voice gets better. And well, thanks again for joining us here. And we'll check in again next month. So.
Sounds great. Thanks much.
Yeah, you bet. We'll see you.